having a heavily, I'm sorry for cutting you off, but you having a heavily social media presence, mainly Facebook. I'm quite sure that's something that you vocalize about Tre Allen. Do you get a lot of flank? Do you get a lot of people come at you a lot when something happened on that alley? That shit.
Well, the thing is, like, typically nothing happens on that island that shouldn't happen.
Okay.
But the 0.1% time that it did, like,
0.1.
yeah, like, yeah, you know, people gonna, hey, like, cause I talk it, you know what I'm saying? So you gotta be able to take it when it don't go your way. So yeah, like, you know, when something happens, like, people gonna, you know, do the most or whatever, which, you know, I already talked to him about that for years and years, so he know what it is too, and, you know, we kind of expect it. It's like I said, like, I've been for so long, but I just know with the DB position, like, you have to promote yourself. And at that time, he 8 years old, he can't promote himself. So all this time, like, I've been his voice, because one, he played in a league where typical, like, us, they felt like, oh, if you play over there, it's because you can't play over here. You know what I'm saying? Where, for me, nigga, I live right here. You know what I'm saying? I'm not finna drive all the way over here just to prove my son can play football.
That part.
It's just convenient. You know what I'm saying? So I would always have to speak up for him, because, listen, y'all not gonna belittle his efforts, you know what I'm saying, based on the league or team he plays for. Like, no, like, he's that, and he can play with anybody. So, you know, sometimes people don't like that when you vocal, which I don't understand. I think everybody should be vocal with their kids.
Especially
that's your child. You're supposed to think, like, I got a dude, his son also committed to Miami. We kind of talk here and there. And, you know, one day we was talking, I was like, yo, like, it don't matter what these people think, you know what I'm saying? Because some people think his son is better, some people think my son is better. I'm like, listen, it don't matter who better, who not better. As his father, you supposed to believe your son is better, and you should promote him as such. And I say, as my son's father, I'm going to believe my son the best, and I'm going to promote him as such. You know, and I broke down the reasons why I felt that, and I also gave pointers to, not pointers, but like highlighted some of the things that I loved about his son game, to where I feel like he should point at and be like, look, my son is the best because of this, this, and this. You know what I'm saying? So I think everybody should feel like, and not, obviously, if your child is not the best, then that's something you can't, I'm not going to say you can't vocalize, but you probably can't be as vocal about. But the fact that
he can back
doing
it up. Yeah, he
can
back up what you say.
So it's not like I just started saying this just because, like, no, like, he was making plays even from the flag years, and I'm posting it and I'm talking about it. And, you know, I don't know, for whatever reason, some people just don't like it, and, you know, they take offense to it or whatever. Like, I could care less.
Okay, so at the end of the 10th grade year, sophomore year, did the offers increase? Because we had a few from 8th grade, you know, FAU. Then you said it was like 6 more his freshman year. So you guys, I think you said you went to Louisville.
So going into his sophomore year, at the end of his freshman year, when colleges, like, they started coming to the schools in January, like, he had got a lot more offers during that time. That kind of started, like, to make him blow up. But I think what really blew him up, to be honest, was, like I said, that game against Armwood. The kid, the receiver who ended up going to Georgia, he's at Georgia now. He was like a top kid, a Georgia commit, and it just so happens that a national writer happened to be at the game. And so he wrote up a big thing, an article on Tre after that game. So that's kind of what, like, propelled him to the national coverage, national media, to where people started like, oh, who is this Kenton Dopson kid? Which, to me, I had felt like he was overlooked the year before. Because I'm like, I saw some of the guys that they were, who in his 27 class, well, was 27 class, that, you know, they had made freshman All-American that year. And a lot of them didn't play varsity, or if they did, they played very little. It was just they were at certain schools that have a history. Mm-hmm. And so when I'm looking at that, and I'm like, yo, like, y'all realize, like, he just started 6 games on a team that was state runner-up, at one point was ranked the number 8 team in the nation. Like, that's no, as a freshman, you know what I'm saying? So that's no small feat, you know what I'm saying? But I just think nobody knew. Like, because there was, like, even though I was promoting him on social media, like, there was no writers that was, like, promoting him at that time. Mm-hmm. So he kind of went unnoticed that year.
And this is sophomore year?
That was freshman year.
Okay.
But like I said, going into sophomore year, the very first game against Armwood, which was the kickoff classic, he covered this kid who was a Georgia commit every play that he played. The kid ended up like leaving the game like late in the third quarter with like a hamstring. I mean, like a cramp or something. But
sometimes when you get locked down, you'll find an excuse. But go ahead.
Nah,
I ain't gonna say it was that. You know me. I'm gonna throw something in there.
Nah, I ain't gonna say it was that, but like I ain't gonna say he locked him down, but he definitely showed that, like, yo, this kid is
one of the
top players in the country.
Yeah.
A senior, and this kid is a sophomore, basically unranked at the time, like, and he played him every play. So the guy wrote, he was like, yo, I want to say he didn't lose many reps. You know what I'm saying? Like, so once that kind of came out, then like every week people was like kind of either writing about him, or when they started promoting the matchups, like they would put this player versus Kenton Dopson. You know what I'm saying? So like now you own media wise, so now it's just on you to go out there and back it up every week. So again, so even with Heritage, like he stuck Malachi, who's at UM now.
Number 10. Like
whenever they talk about him, I just put the GOAT symbol, because like that's just how highly I think of him as a player.
Who?
Malachi. But Tre stuck him a lot that game. He got him that one play on the first play of the game. About 40 yards. 40 yards.
A blur or just?
It was a blur, but it was like the game had, it was like a makeup time. We played that Monday, I think.
It was supposed to Saturday.
And then they ended up playing that Monday.
Because it rained out.
So the stadium was kind of empty. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, Valley got him on that one. But for the most part, that game, like even then, like he was holding his own. You know what I'm saying? Like it was a couple other plays. Mally was open that quarterback overthrew him one that he probably could have scored on. But just overall, like when you look at the two kids, like everybody in the world knew Mally. You know what I'm saying? He already introduced himself on ESPN, but they don't know Tre. But when you watch the game, you're like, all right, well, he don't look overmatched. You know what I'm saying? And that's, for me, like I tell him every week, like, yo, corners get caught on. Like, Dion got beat for touchdowns. You know what I'm saying? So that's, I said, don't think that's what I'm expected of you. Like, I'm like, I just want you to go out there and win more reps than you lose. Don't give up big plays for the most part. You know what I'm saying? So again, that was another one. And then we got the Central game in the GMAC sophomore year. He matched up with Nashawn Montgomery, who's at Florida. So another game where he don't look overmatched. Like he got one, but he got blurred. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It was I think it was just like, well, I'll let you go through that play or what happened.
It was like, I think it was like 4th and 1 or 4th and 2.
4th and 2.
So like on those downs, typically like the ball can get ran. So he came up the ball slow. So I'm like, it was a run. So I just lunged at him. But then when I lunged, he swiped me and he kept running. So I turned and I instantly like started to get in the chase mode because I had to recover. So then I ended up running. he looked back. I knew the ball was coming, but like I was still trying to like catch up. So he ended up catching it, and I ended up tackling him, and the whole crowd went.
But yeah, so I think that was the first like real blur, because like I said, Balls got him for one by 30 something. Mally got him for 140 something. Nobody wasn't really in the stands. But this one was like, it was raining, so it wasn't like super packed how it would have been.
But it was
enough. It was enough to where you heard it. You know what I'm saying? You heard it. But then after that, who else did y'all play? So yeah, after that, like they went in the playoffs. They ended up playing Heritage again, like that game where you feel like, so every year it's that third round of the playoffs where the two Dade or the Dade and Broward team match up, where you feel like whoever win that game gonna win state. And the worst thing could have happened to us, well, us, Northern as a team, was Dia get hurt and Mally go to quarterback. Cause I'm like, yo, cause I used to bet with this dude, and they was like, nah, man, the quarterback hurt. I'm like, nigga, like that's better for you and worse for me. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, so you telling me because at that time I used to always say Mally the best player in the country. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And so I said, you gonna let the best player in the country touch the ball every play, and you think that's better for me? And then a lot of people didn't know that, like, he was a quarterback his whole life. Like, the only reason he went to a receiver was because, you know, height-wise, it's going to be hard for you. They're going to give you a hard time to play quarterback on the next level just based on height alone. But skill-wise, like, he was the best. So they ended up taking the L to him. Like, he made plays, you know what I'm saying? And then our offense, like, we had a lot of fumbles. So that was the only game. So every game I used to go into, this how my thought process was. Every game we went into, I felt like we were going to win or had a chance to win because we had EJ. And there's pretty much nobody that could do what EJ could do.
That's a running back or the quarterback?
Quarterback.
The quarterback.
So I felt like we gonna win, or we got a chance, because nobody could do what he could do until Mally ended up going to quarterback. So now it's like Mally could throw just as well, you know what I'm saying, if not better, whichever one, you know, people can argue. And then whereas EJ is more of a bigger quarterback who can pound defenses, like if Mally get loose, it's 80 real quick. You know what I'm saying? So I was just like, so now this is the only game I go into thinking like, man, it's just gonna be a shootout because Mally gonna put up points. No, EJ gonna put up points. But the only problem was EJ was doing his thing. We had a couple untimely drops, and then we had some fumbles by the backs. And so whereas Mally kept scoring because his team wasn't making the mistakes, EJ wasn't able to put up the points that he normally do because, you know, the rest of the team let him down. Mm-hmm. And, you know, so that kind of closed out sophomore year. But, you know, I think it was, again, like probably one of the top corner seasons because he played against 4 kids that was D1, a lot of other kids who are highly ranked and committed, and he pretty much held his own. He never gave up 50 yards in a game. Outside of busted coverage, he didn't give up no touchdowns that year. He ended up being Max Cup All-American, made third team all day, which I thought that was a slight too, but whatever. I think they don't give props to corners like for covering, you know what I'm saying? Like
they just count the interceptions.
Yeah, if you don't have a lot of turnovers, you know what I'm saying?
Tackles.
So, but, you know, so that was a great year. Like
it's kind of hard to get tackles and turnovers if you're not getting targeted. Exactly. The ball ain't coming that way. And they should definitely take that in consideration. Like, they ain't even throwing over there. And he's sticking the best receiver that they have.
But think about it. When you get these guys who probably never played, the first thing they gonna do is just look at the numbers. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And if they don't see no numbers, like they don't know that you covered 4 kids who in college right now. Like they don't know that because they're not watching. They're not able to watch all the games. You know what I'm saying? So there's no disrespect to them. They just don't know. Like they don't know